at Meyerton taxi rank. The morning of the 20th of May 2025 began like any other in Meyerton, a bustling town in Gauteng, South Africa. Commuters hurried to the taxi rank, a central hub for transportation, eager to start their day. Schoolchildren with backpacks slung over their shoulders made their way to class, unaware that the ordinary rhythm of their lives was about to be shattered. What unfolded that morning was a scene more akin to a war zone than a peaceful town center. Eyewitness accounts paint a terrifying picture: the sudden eruption of gunfire, the piercing sound of bullets shattering the morning calm, and the desperate scramble for safety as people realized they were caught in the middle of a deadly shootout. The violence centered around the Meyerton taxi rank, a place usually filled with the sounds of revving engines and the calls of taxi drivers. On this day, however, the air was thick with the smell of gunpowder, and the ground was soon littered with spent bullet casings, grim evidence of the chaos that had unfolded. Initial reports indicated that the shooting involved members of two private security companies operating in the area. The exact motive remained unclear, but preliminary information suggested a possible altercation that escalated into a full-blown gun battle. The sheer volume of gunfire, the type of weapons used, and the brazen nature of the attack left commuters shocked. As bullets flew, innocent bystanders found themselves in the line of fire. A learner from Dr. Mallon High School, on his way to class, became an unintended victim. A stray bullet, having first struck a nearby cement slab, ricocheted and struck the young man in the knee. While initial reports varied, some claiming only a scratch, others insisted the injury was more severe, the fact remained that a child had been injured in this senseless act of violence. The sound of gunfire triggered immediate panic. Commuters and schoolchildren screamed and ran for cover, seeking refuge in nearby shops and buildings. Businesses quickly shuttered their doors, and the streets emptied as people desperately tried to escape the danger. The once busy town center transformed into a ghost town, gripped by fear and uncertainty. News of the shooting spread rapidly, reaching local schools and prompting immediate action. Laerskool Metval, a nearby primary school, made the decision to evacuate its students as a precautionary measure. Teachers and staff worked quickly to ensure the safety of the children, ushering them to secure locations and contacting parents to arrange for pickup. At Hoërskool Dr. Mallon, where the injured student was a learner, a similar scene unfolded. Parents, frantic with worry, rushed to the school to collect their children. The school gates became a gathering point for anxious families, desperate for reassurance and eager to bring their loved ones home. Amid the chaos and fear, law enforcement responded swiftly. Police officers arrived on the scene, cordoning off the area and establishing a perimeter to contain the situation. Crime scene experts meticulously combed the area, collecting evidence and documenting the scene. The taxi rank, a vital transportation hub, was effectively shut down, disrupting travel and commerce in the town. As the investigation unfolded, a clearer picture began to emerge. Police confirmed that the shooting involved two private security companies, and they recovered a significant cache of weapons from the scene, including 10 AK-47 rifles and 9 9mm pistols. The discovery of such high-powered firearms raised serious questions about the militarization of private security operations and the potential for violence in public spaces. Gauteng Police spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Dimakatso Nevuhului addressed the public, confirming the details of the incident and attempting to quell the spread of misinformation. She clarified that while a learner had been injured, reports of a schoolchild being shot were inaccurate.
The police did indeed receive reports of random shootings in the taxi rank, and when they reacted, it was found that, according to the information that we received, as we were also doing our preliminary investigations, that there are about two security companies allegedly who were shooting at each other, and those security companies are allegedly hired by the taxi associations. And from that random shooting, one person was injured, and he has been taken to the hospital. And that one person, it was also verified that he stated that he's one of the employees of one of the security companies. And while the police were combing the scene, they also discovered about 10 AK-47 and also 9 9mm pistols on the scene while they were combing the scene. So the police will be investigating a case of attempted murder. That will be 2 counts, because according to the information received, these 2 companies that were shooting at each other, and we don't know who shot who. So hence it will be 2 counts of attempted murder. And still on that, we also want to verify the reports that there was a scholar who was also shot. Our police officers did indeed go to the school to verify that information, and it was found that the scholar was not shot, but they did find him to have a scratch on the leg, which was not a bad injury, so which is suspected that he might have, scratched his leg while there was during that scuffle, because during that time it was the time when people were going to work, the school learners were going to school, so everybody was just running, to cover for their lives. So it was not a gunshot wound. So the police are investigation, and this case will be investigated by our provincial detectives to also get deeper into the ownership of these firearms, and also they will also be subjected to ballistic testing, and also to verify whether it will also form part of the investigations whether the security of companies are indeed registered, and they also have followed the procedures of the PRISA.
She also emphasized that the investigation was ongoing and that authorities were exploring all possible motives for the shooting, including turf wars between security companies, taxi violence, and extortion.
At the moment, I cannot confirm how bad is the injury, but what I can confirm is that he is in hospital, and he's in his 40s.
Was he a member of either the security forces?
At the moment, the information was is that he's a member of one of the security companies, and he alluded that it was his first day at work.
In the aftermath of the shooting, the community of Meyerton grappled with the shock and trauma of the event. Residents expressed their outrage and concern over the violence, questioning how such a brazen act could occur in their town. Social media platforms became a forum for sharing information, expressing anxieties, and demanding answers. The incident also sparked political reactions. The Freedom Front Plus, a political party in South Africa, engaged with government officials, urging them to investigate the shooting and address the underlying issues of taxi violence and security company disputes. The party emphasized the need to protect innocent commuters and bystanders from becoming victims of such conflicts. As the investigation progressed, police announced the arrest of 3 suspects in connection with the shooting. While the motive remained unclear, authorities indicated that the local taxi association could be involved, given the location and the nature of the attack. The suspects were expected to appear in the Meyerton Magistrates Court to face charges related to the shooting. Thank you for watching this news video. We'd love to hear what you think about this story, so please leave your comments below. We read them all and appreciate your insights. Join us again in our next strange story. Until then, goodbye.